Hey everybody, it's Dana. I'm back today to show you a really quick, clean and simple bokeh effect. I think that's how you pronounce the word, but let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have a little clipboard here, just a small one I picked up from Staples, and this here is Tim Holtz watercolor paper. And what I'm going to do is grab some Post-it note, and I'm going to actually tape my paper down so it's not buckling when I add the water to it. This effect is really pretty, and it can be done several ways. I've seen it also done with white watered down ink or paint, but I decided to go more with a free-flowing watercolor organic kind of look. I didn't want to have like the white dots. All right, everything's taped down, so I'm going to use some distress inks. I'm going to use two of my favorite color blues. And I'm also going to use a block, that's so I can stamp my ink on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay down some of the first color that I'm going to use. And I'll have the colors in the bottom of the description. And I have a fat paintbrush. I'm going to really saturate my card front. I really want it to be really wet. So when I put the ink on it, it kind of starts to move on its own. You see, I'm just like kind of waving it on there. No kind of rhyme or reason, just kind of putting the color down. But because it's already wet, the ink is moving on its own already. Okay, so I'm going to grab the lighter of the blue, where this is Broken China. And the first one, if I remember, is the peacock color. All right, I'm going to go right back in again, and I'm going to pick up some of that color, and I'm going to add it in. Now, I realize this might be a little bit too light for the look that I'm going for. I'm going to switch out my colors real quick. I'm going to go ahead and add in the Wild Honey Distressed ink. So that'll give me a little bit more brightness to the effect that I'm going for. So let me go ahead and clean off my block, and then I can lay down my Wild Honey. So you can do this with a variety of colors. Just make sure when you put your colors together, it doesn't turn into like mud color. So I know that these two colors are going to work good together. So I'm just going to go ahead and wet down my paper again. I'm going to grab some of that honey color, that wild honey color. Yeah, I'm really liking that one. So that's going to give us a pretty little look. So I'm just going to kind of dab it in, not covering everything up with this color, but just kind of giving it so I can flow my ink around a little bit. Now I'm just going to take a paper towel and start dotting some of the ink away. That's going to give me that faint circle look that you normally get with this kind of bokeh effect. I'm just going to grab a little bit more of that yellow and throw it into a couple more spots, and then I'm going to highlight it again with some of that peacock feather. All right, so I'm just going to add more water to it to kind of get my colors flowing again. And I really have my paper really wet here, so the color seems to blend on its own pretty good. I don't think I need to add any more water. I think I'm good. Now I'm going to go ahead and again use that paper towel to just dot in some circles. Just kind of random. I'm not trying to go for any like design or anything. I'm just going to soak up some of that color. And that kind of gives you that bokeh effect. Kind of clean and simple, not so much of you really see the circles. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this because I want to set this a little bit and I want to see where I'm at. So I'm just going to dry everything off so it's not so wet. Okay, I like where I'm at. Now I'm going to grab just a clean dauber and I'm going to press down some circles. Now you can see I'm picking up a little bit of the color on my dauber, but that's okay. I'm just going to clean that off. And then again, I'm just going to go in and press in my circle. Now, usually at this point, people will add in that watered down white ink to make those circle halos, but I'm just going to do it sporadically with my wet dauber. All right, I'm going to have to heat set that again. Okay, so now you can really start seeing those little circles in there. I'm going to add just a few more. I don't want them to overpower anything. I think that's good. Let me go ahead and heat set that too. All right, now let's peel everything up. Oh, I am loving, loving, loving how this came out. Oh yeah, I'll be making a lot more of these. I really enjoyed how this came out. And it's not the typical effect that you see, but I like it because it's more of a watercolored effect. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, let's put this card together. So I went ahead and trimmed my card down, and I'm actually going to mat it on black so to really make my panel stick out. And I went ahead and cut congratulations, or congrats actually, out of my silhouette. And I'm going to go ahead and put a glitter pin on it, the Wink of Stella. So I'm going to use the black Wink of Stella. I don't use this one very often, but since I'm already working with black cardstock, I figured I would just go ahead and use the black. You can also use the clear over it, but because I already had the black one handy, I figured I'll keep my clear one from my cardstock that I don't have actually the matching Wink of Stella marker to. So as you can see, this card was really super easy to put together and really, really quick. Now I could have stamped on to my watercolor paper, but for some reason I do not have a large congrats stamp for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Okay, I'm going to lift this up and show you that pretty, pretty black sparkle. Isn't that gorgeous? So, you know, and if I don't have a die, if I don't have a stamp, I would just cut something out of my silhouette. I mean, that's what we have that machine for, right? Okay, let's go back to putting our card together. I'm going to go ahead and use my ATG gun to put down my watercolor panel on my black cardstock. I really, really think using a black really makes this watercolor brocade panel pop. That black is very strong contrast, but it really, really makes the card stand out. Now I am going to add this to a white card base, so I will have some of that lighter color back, but I really love to have like watercolor looks with a strong background. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish putting my panel down, and then our card is going to be complete. Oh no, I think I just ran out of tape. Good heavens. Okay, yep, I sure did. I think I messed that up. I think I just broke it. Okay, but fear not. Let me just get that little bit of adhesive up. We'll just put that aside, and I always keep a handy little adhesive roller handy on my desk, so that's not going to stop us today. We're just going to keep on plugging away. All right, so that's the white card base, and I do a lot of white card bases. It's just it makes it easier for when I have to write the note in the inside. So I'm going to grab my pretty shimmery congrats. And I really don't want to put a lot on this card. I just want the background to be the main focal point here. I'm going to grab some glue. And I could have used adhesive on this, but I kind of want to have the glue so it gives me just a little bit of time where I can set my sentiment down and get it in place before I like smush it down. But again, you can use any kind of adhesive you want on this. It really doesn't make a difference. This is just my preference for today, and I happen to have that glue sitting on my desk. So I'm just going to eyeball it into the middle of the card. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. So let me go ahead and move it around and make sure we got everything flat. All right, I think we're looking pretty good. All right, yep, that is going to wrap up our card today. I hope you like this really simple and easy technique. I'm going to be doing this a lot because I love it. I will see you guys soon. Go forth and be crafty. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you liked what you saw today, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Go forth and be crafty.